Sir.
Okay. So, good morning, all of you. So, as we come to know, till last class, we have been discussed what is the physical properties, chemical properties, and as well as uses of metals and non-metals. Correct? So, now from today, we are going to study the next concept is how do metals and non-metals react and why they are reacting, how they are reacting, what is the phenomena behind, like these things we will discuss. So now, first of all, if you'll observe here, as we know, all the elements we have been classifying into two categories. What is that? One is metals, another one is what, guys? Another one is non-metal.
Non-metal.
Metals.
Yes. Now, if you observe carefully, if this metal, as we know, metals are, they will form which ions? They will donate the electrons. Don't say ions. They will donate electrons. Is it yes, guys? And non-metals will receive electrons. What will do? Receive
electrons.
So, observe very carefully. Whatever I am saying now, you have to remember from based upon this only it is going to be in a further. So, donate electrons and receive electrons like this. Any kind of metal is reacting with a non-metal. Do you understand what I am saying? Metal is reacting with a non-metal. Then they form ionic compounds. So metal is reacting with a non-metal. The compound formed by it is called as ionic compounds. Do you understand, guys, what I am saying? Okay. So, and the bonds present between the atoms of this ionic compounds is called as ionic bonds. What is it called? Ionic bonds. Understand, guys? Please respond me. So, ionic,
Yes, sir.
the metal plus non-metal will react together. How? By donate electrons and as well as receiving electrons. That compounds is called as ionic compounds, and the bonds present between the atoms is called as ionic bonds.
Ionic bond.
Instead of metal plus non-metal, if non-metal plus non-metal will react, non-metal and again what, guys? Non-metal. So here
Non-metal.
both are receivers only. So what will happen means sharing electrons. Here what is happening? Sharing electrons. Here also what is happening? Sharing electrons. No donation, no receiving. So these kind of non-metal plus non-metal, understanding, one non-metal react with another non-metal, they will form another kind of compounds. That compounds only we to called as, guys, covalent
compound.
What we should call?
Covalent compound.
Covalent compounds. And the bonds present in this, what we should call?
Covalent bond.
Covalent bonds. Very good. This is what you have to remember. So now, last thing, main note, always you should remember, metal plus metal will never react. Do you understand, guys? One metal do not react with the another metal. Non-metal plus non-metal can react, or else metal plus non-metal can react, but metal plus metal will never react. Do you understand, Ra? Nitinath, covalent compounds means both non-metal plus non-metal will form any compound that is called as covalent compound. Means not by donating electrons or receiving, only by sharing. By sharing, if any compound will form, that is called as covalent compound. Understand, Nitinath? Everybody, Ashika?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now,
Yes, sir.
note what you have to remember. One metal do not react with what? Another metal. That is you have to remember. Means one metal plus metal. What is happening, guys? No reaction. What is happening? No reaction.
No reaction.
They will never react. Metal plus metal never react. Understanding? That is what you have to remember. So, let us discuss first, before going to the ionic compounds as well as covalent compounds, as we know, first we have to discuss what is chemical bond, because I am saying ionic compounds contains ionic bonds and covalent compounds contains covalent bonds. So this all covalent and ionic bonds together we can call as what, guys? Chemical bonds. What we should call? Chemical bond. So what do we mean by this chemical bond, and how it has been developed, and what we should call as ionic and covalent? Let us discuss now. So what is mean by chemical bond means, remember all of you, if you'll take any kind of atoms of the elements, they will combine, what will form, guys? If atoms will combine, what they will form? Please respond me. Atoms will combine together. More than one atom will combine together. What we should call, guys?
So to form element.
They will combine together and they will form molecules. Do you remember? Please read. Nobody knows this also. So when an atoms of the element combine and they will form what, guys? Molecules. So now, if these molecules are together, means in the sense of between them something is acting, and that name called as, we can call from 6th year people are studying. So how these atoms are together? Some force of attraction will be created between them. Is it yes, guys? Please respond me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Force of, that is what we should call as intermolecular force. What we should call? Intermolecular force. You may be studied this, all the things you may be forgot. So force of attraction developed between them. So that is the reason they will be together. Is it yes, guys? So between the atoms,
Yes,
and make them to hold the together. So whatever the force of attraction, understanding, which will links the atoms or else ions in a molecule, that is what we should call as, what we should call, guys? What we should call? Chemical bond.
Chemical bond.
And say simply bond. So whenever the atoms of the elements will combine and they will form molecules. So in these molecules, atoms are staying together. Together means somebody is holding them together. That holding only, what we should call? Force of attraction. What is that? Force of attraction. So this force of attraction only causing to keep the molecules together in the understanding, atoms in the molecule together. That is only we should call as chemical bond. What we should call, guys? Chemical bond, or simply you can say bond. Are you clear? Any doubt in
Yes,
this?
sir.
So what is chemical bond? So please write chemical bond. The force which links the atoms, the force which links the atoms are ions also. So ions will formed by what, guys? Metal plus metal or metal plus non-metal? Anybody? Jesse, Elmati?
Metal plus non-metal.
Metal plus non-metal.
Ions. Remember, atoms means metal plus metal. Sorry, non-metal plus non-metal only. So the force which links the atoms are ions in a molecule. In a molecule is called a chemical bond. Is called a chemical bond, or what we can call, guys? Just it is a bond. That is what you have to remember. Like we can say our relation. We have me and you, something like we have some particular bond, like that bond is only which is holding together the molecules is called as chemical bond. Understand, guys? So now let us see, to understand these chemical bonds between the atoms of the metals and non-metals, or between the atoms of two non-metals, it is necessary to know that, understanding what is the reason for the unreactive nature or inert gas nature of noble gases. Understanding that is what first you know. So in all these metals and non-metals, some elements or special elements are there which are unreactive in nature. What is that? which are unreactive in nature. So now you can take metals and non-metals are reacting. All the metals and non-metals are reacting, and non-metals plus non-metals are reacting. But some non-metals which we know to what we should call, guys. Already class 9th chemistry you people will study. So that is unreactive elements. What we should call? Please respond me. Unreactive elements also we should call as noble gases. What we should call? Noble gases. So why they are unreactive? So if you want to know either the metals are reactive or unreactive, so first let us discuss what is unreactive. Karthikeyan sir, can you say chemical bond again, sir, please? Chemical bond means nothing, Karthikeyan. Suppose you can take oxygen. Oxygen is O2, correct? In the sense of what? Oxygen is two oxygen atoms are combined together. So now, how they are combined together? Between somebody is holding together. So that holding is only called as understanding. When they are coming together, some force of attraction will be created. So this force of attraction is only we are calling as chemical bond. Understand, Karthikeyan? Nothing is there. Okay. So now,
Okay.
yeah, if you'll observe very carefully, if you want to understand this chemical bond formed by what, guys? The chemical bond will formed by what? Anybody? Either metal plus non-metal or
Non-metals and metals.
metal plus non-metal or non-metal plus non-metal. So first we should know the meaning of inert gases which are unreactive in nature. So that is what let us discuss. So please all of you keep heading. So if you understand why the inert gases are not reacting, then automatically you can understand metals and non-metals why they are reacting. Okay, guys? So now inertness of noble gases. Please all of you keep heading. Inertness of noble gases. What do you mean by inertness? Anybody? What do you mean by inertness? Inertness, unreactive nature. What do you mean by inertness? Arvind? Nidina?
Unreactive nature.
Unreactive nature. Unreactive nature is called as inert gases. So inert gases or noble gases also we can call it as what, guys? Inert gases. Okay, guys? Or we can say stable gases. Stable gases, or we can say unreactive gases. These are all the names called as what, guys? Unreactive gases only. Okay, which are stable in nature is called as, these are the things, noble gases. Now, if you'll observe carefully, as we know, class 10th chapter number 5, periodic classification of elements. So there the people will study what is the number of rows, columns in the periodic table. So let it be. Now itself you have to remember, usually the periodic table will be like this. So just for our convenience, I am saying you now, later we people will study. So this is what the periodic table looks like. Is it okay, guys? This is what the periodic table looks like. Now, at last, if you'll observe, group number 18. What is that? Group number 18. Understand, Ra? At last, we have unreactive gases. That is what we should call as inert gases. What we should call, Ra? Inert gases. Please,
Inert gases.
so, some elements in the group number 18 of the periodic table. This is what we should call as what, Jesse? Periodic table. We will study in chapter number 5. So, no worries. So, now you should remember what is the group of inert gases? Group 18. What is that, Ra? Group 18 of the periodic table, which do not combine with other elements. So they will never react with any elements. They are unreactive or else they are stable in nature. So these elements only, I am saying, all of you should remember, these elements are most important. One is helium. What is the first element of inert gases, Ra? Helium.
Helium.
Next, neon. Next, argon. Next, understanding, xenon and radon. Okay, da? Xenon and radon. That is what we should call that. Helium, neon, argon. Actually, krypton also will come middle. Krypton and xenon. Krypton and xenon. And last one is what, guys? Radon. So these are called as These are called as unreactive gases. What we should call? What we should call, Ra? Unreactive gases. So now let us discuss why these are unreactive and what is the cause behind this unreactive nature. We'll discuss now. So Pranav, Deena, so many as option, Bhumiga, please call them and tell them to join. Jesse, your friend Mrunal and something, that girl also, she woke up but she not joined. So inform her to join. So now let us see how these are known as what we should call it, guys. This all of you should speak helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. These are called as noble gases, or we can say inert gases. What we should say? Noble gases are
Noble gases are inert gas.
inert gases. That is okay. Humaira also not there, I think. Inform her also. Varshini, are you understand, Varshini? Now, if you observe here, these gases inert because they are unreactive or they do not react with other elements to form any kind of compound. So, we will never get any chemical compounds by using these elements because they are completely stable in nature. They will never show reactivity nature. Understanding? Either donating or receiving, it is not possible. Even by sharing also, not possible with these elements. That is why these are called as inert gases. So, if they are not reacting, is it possible to form the chemical bonds? Anybody? Please respond me. Is it possible to form the chemical bonds?
No,
Please
sir.
respond, Mira.
No, sir.
So,
No, sir.
will never form what? Not will form the chemical bonds. Not will form or not form chemical bonds. Why? Because they will never react with the metals or non-metals, anything. So that is why noble gases will never form any kind of chemical bonds. And you have to remember, they will never take part in any chemical reaction because that much stable in nature they are. So why, sir? Try to understand very carefully. This is not new to you. Already have studied class 8, class 8, 9, 10. Again, same thing. So as we know that only the outermost electrons of the atoms, outermost cell. So we have a cell's names in class 9th. You are studying Bohr's atomic model. Correct? What is the cell's names? Anybody? Ashika, Varshini, Vensi, Dilipan. What is the cell's names you people are studying?
So K L
AMM.
O-P.
ALML.
So this is what we should call as cells. So if you observe the outermost electrons of an atom, understanding, usually take part in chemical reaction. But if you'll see, the noble gases are chemically unreactive. So we must conclude that the electron arrangement in their atoms are very stable. Very stable.
Noted to sir.
Which do not allow the outermost electrons to take part in chemical reaction. So, which electrons will take part in chemical reaction? Always you should remember, only outermost electrons. Which electrons will take part? Outermost electrons. Outermost electrons alone will take part in chemical reaction. Which is involved in chemical reaction? Outermost. Understand? Chemical reaction which is involved, outermost electrons. But if you see these stable gases, the outermost electrons are very stable, which do not allow the outermost electrons to take part in a chemical reaction. So then what is the phenomena behind? Let us discuss. So as we know in class 9 you have studied the arrangement of electrons in a cells. What we should call it, guys? Arrangement of electrons, proper arrangement of electrons in cells. What we should call orbits or cells. What we should call, Jesse? Called electronic configuration. What we should call? Nobody is answering. You don't know. Electronic configuration. What is that? Electronic configuration. Now, if this electronic configuration, if you'll come to know these unreactive gases, like this in future, if any element showing the same electronic configuration, then that is also used to called as what, guys? Unreactive element. Correct or not? So because of this electronic configuration of stable gases, Out at the outermost cell, they are behaving unreactive in nature. So let us discuss. I will teach you this one. Definitely they will ask you in the exams also. So this nature. So everybody try to remember, and you can see all of you keep heading electronic configuration of noble gases. What is that, guys? Electronic configuration. Electronic configuration of noble gases. So what is the another name of noble gases? Anybody? You have to
Inert
respond.
gases.
Inert
Inert
gases.
gases or stable
Reactive
gases.
So now observe very carefully. So now, as we know, noble gas, first heading, all of you keep heading. Noble gas. Next one, symbol. Symbol. Everybody must learn this element. Symbol. Next, atomic number. What is that? Atomic number. Okay, da? Yes or no? Next, electronic configuration. EC means what, guys? EC means what? Electronic configuration. And you have to remember. Next, the outermost electrons. That electrons is called as what? Valence electrons. And the shell is called as valence cell. What we should call? Valence. Okay. So the number of electrons in valence cell. Number of electrons. Which cell? In valence cell, that is VS. Okay. First element, what I said, guys, first element, helium. What is that?
Helium.
The symbol is He. Atomic number is how much, guys? 2. And electronic, you can remember KLMNOP. Is it okay, guys? KLMNOP. So what is the K shell maximum electrons? 2. Okay. So number of valence electrons also 2. So this is the only element which is stable in nature, even though it is having 2 electrons. That is only rule called as. What is that rule called as? Duplet rule. What we should call? Duplet rule. Understand, Ra? Please
Yes, sir.
respond me. That is what we should call as duplet rule. Are you clear, guys? Except this element. Why, sir, helium, even though having 2 electrons, it will become stable in nature. How many cells it is having? Only 1 cell. How many cells is having? Only 1
Only
cell.
one shell.
It's also called as K cell. That is why it becomes stable in nature. Next, helium after. You have to tell me what is that element? Neon. Argon. You should speak means it is good. Argon after what? Krypton. Understand? Nectar. Xenon. Everybody involved.
Radon.
And last
Radon.
Radon. So symbols also. You have to by heart it this one. So helium, neon, Ne, argon, Ya, krypton,
Neon.
F, xenon, Z, Xe, radon, Rn. Is it okay, guys? Respond me. Next, atomic number 2. Understanding 10, 18. Learn. 36, 54, and 86. 54 and 86. Somebody is speaking with me. Thank you. That is very good. Jesse, I think, correct, Jesse?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. I call to Pranav and this Dilip. What is his name? Dina. Why? What they are absent? Dina joined now. So now electronic configuration, right, guys? K shell maximum how many? 2.
8.
And remaining how many? 8. So remember, if you
8.
want the formula also, I will-
8.
what is the formula? 2n square. All of you should remember. What is the maximum number of electrons? 2n square. K shell 1. Understanding? K, L, M, N. L shell 2, M shell 3, N shell 4. Like that number. N indicate what, guys? N indicate 1, 2, 3, 4. Understand, Ra? Please respond me.
Yes,
1,
sir.
2, 3, 4. Sir, class 9th we have studied. Now we don't know means you have to remember. They will ask the question from that also. So now 2, 8. Now 18. 18 represent, guys. All of you. 2,
2, 8,
2,
8.
8, 8. 2, 8, 8.
Next. Next one represent 36. 2, 8, 18.
2, 8.
Last 8. Correct? Next. 2, 8, 18, 18, 8. Next. Last one. 2, 8, 18, 30, 18, 8. Do you understand, guys, what I'm saying? So please respond. So here, what is the valency cell? This is the valency cell. Correct? Speak, yeah. This is the valency cell. So what is the number of electrons? 8. Here it is the valency cell. How many electrons? 8. How many? This is the 8. How many electrons? This is the valency cell. 8 electrons. This is the valency cell. 8 electrons. So if you observe very carefully, except helium, then all the inert gases in outermost cell, what we should call it, guys? Outermost cell. Valency cell. What we should call?
Valency shell. Valency shell.
Outermost cell or valence cell. Valence cell contains how many electrons, guys? Contains 8
electrons.
So contains
8.
8 electrons. So that is what we should say. If any atom which contains 8 electrons in its valence cell, it will become stable in nature. It will become what, guys? Stable in nature. So this is what we should call as octave rule. What we should call the octave rule. So, the atom which contains 8 electrons in its outermost cell, it will become stable in nature. Understanding? That is what we should call as what, guys? Octave rule. Understand, Ra? Madhumita, Prahasini, Yalini, that is. So now, if you observe carefully, this is what we should call as octave rule. This octave rule is not applicable for what, guys? Only for helium. Understanding? So the rule which is applicable for helium is what, guys? What?
Octave rule.
Duplet rule. Understanding? So duplet rule is applicable only if how many outermost cell? Only the atom contains one and only cell. One and only cell. That cell name is called as what? The cell name is called as cell.
A cell.
Sir, 8 electrons means valency 0. Nitinath, 0 valency. Okay, va? So if only K shell is present, then that is called as duplet rule. So if only one shell is present, how many electrons is required to become stable? 2 electrons is required to become stable. Understand, guys? If only K cell is present, then 2 electrons is required to become stable in nature. Anyhow, it is applicable for only helium. If not, hydrogen will gain electrons and it will turn into 2 plus. That is what, 2 minus. Maybe that case also, it may be turns into this duplet rule. Remaining all the cases except that every element is having, understanding, 2 cells, more than 1 cell. So that is why duplet rule is applicable only for what, guys? Helium. Understand, Ra? Remaining all the elements is having 8 electrons in their outermost cell. So therefore, to have 8 electrons in the outermost cell of an atom, it is considered to be what, guys? Most stable arrangement of electrons. What is that? Most stable arrangement of electrons. That is what you have to remember. So Nitinath, if 8 electrons are there in outermost cell, then valency will become 0. What we should call, guys? Valency is equals to 0. That is what. Is it okay, Nitinath? Become stable. Understand, Nitinath?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Most stable.
Helium, other are 0, sir.
0. If 8 electrons is there, then valency becomes 0. Okay. Valency means, remember, valency means how much it can donate or how much it can receive. That is what we can say combining capacity. Combining capacity of element is called as valency. So now, if already 8 electrons is there, no donation, no receiving, correct or not? So what is the combining capacity? What is the combining capacity?
0.
That's all.
0.
No donation, no receiving. That is why the combining capacity of these elements, like inert gases, what is that? Valence equals to 0. Understand, Karthikeyan? So this is the most stable arrangement. So that no donation, no receiving. So what is happening, guys? The valence will become 0. That's all. So whenever you want to make the
Sir, most stable means there can react as, sir.
what?
Sir, most stable means what? Sir?
Most stable means they will never react, man. That's all. Stable in nature. Unreactive nature or stable in nature. That is what we should call it as most stable. Unstable means reactive. Stable means unreactive. Okay. Understand, Karthikeyan?
Okay, sir.
So now, So 8 electrons in the outermost cell. So outermost cell is the first cell and no other cells are present in the atom. So that is rule which is called as, what we should call only one cell is present. That cell itself K cell. So then what is that rule called as? Duplet rule. So remaining all more than one cell is present. So they will become stable in nature only they contain how many electrons in valence cell? How many electrons? 8 electrons.
8 electrons.
8 electrons. The 8 electrons in the outermost cell of an atom is known as octet. What we should call, guys? Octet of electrons. What we should call? Octet of electrons. All of you please remember. So, if only 2 electrons in the outermost cell, what is that outermost cell, Kevin? Only 2 electrons. That is K cell. Then that is called as duplet of electrons. What we should call? Duplet of electrons. That is what you have to remember. Now, only helium is the inert gas having duplet of electrons in the valence cell. So the usual number of electrons in the outermost cell of the atom of a noble gas is how many, Ra? What is the usual number? What is the usual number? Except the helium. Helium you forgot it. Remaining all how much? At their valence cell?
8.
8. That is how to remember. Okay, Ra? So now you can see, if somebody they will ask you an MCQ question, which is the only inert gas having less than 8 electrons in its outermost cell? What is that? What is that?
Helium.
Yes, helium is the only one having less than 8 electrons in its valence cell. So you have to remember they are very, very unreactive. What is the reason behind noble gases are unreactive? Reason behind. What is the reason behind unreactive nature? Please, anybody. Just now I said.
Outermost states are there. Valence is equal to
0 energy, sir.
not
Why, guys? Because the stable electronic arrangement. What is the reason? Because of stable electron arrangement. That is the reason. Do you understand, Ra? Please respond me.
Yes,
Meeting
sir.
is going to